Good afternoon and welcome to Teleislas News with the most relevant and important information of the day. In a press conference, the police department gave details about captures that presented in the last hours.
Hello, Lisa and Aldi TV viewers. I say hello from here from the police department of our archipelago because we want to talk about the press conference that the commander of the police gave in hours of the morning. In this opportunity, the commander talked about the different captures that they had in the last hours. One of them was for extortion.
The first case refers to an operation by expert personnel of the Gaula and the Sihin, where all the planning is done, and in the central sector of the island, the capture of 2 people was achieved. These persons had been making extortion calls and had been threatening with a firearm in a commercial establishment to generate intimidation and economic demands of more than 20 million pesos. Therefore, thanks to the complaint to the merchant, this capture was achieved to advance all operational activities to make possible the materialization and capture in flagrante delicto of a 23-year-old person and a minor of 17 years of age.
The commander also talked about 2 important captures, one for traffic of marijuana and also one for a incident of our department.
Allow us to report the capture of a repeat offender here on the island, alias El Sano, who has been involved in crimes such as conspiracy to commit a crime, extortion, trafficking and carrying weapons, and this will allow us to get this person out of circulation. Likewise, we want to highlight the capture of a person at the airport who arrived in a flight about noon on Wednesday, a flight coming from Medellin. This woman arrives with more than 20 bags attached to her body containing marijuana. Here we are demonstrating not only the professionalism of the assigned personnel, but also the ability to profile suspicious people who want to enter the island to continue generating micro-trafficking.
This is all the information I report from here from the Departmental Police Command. Continue listening in studio with more information.
The Attorney General's office in its official Twitter page refers that they require the departmental government the waste collection campaign.
In light of the announcement made in recent days by the Secretary of Public Services, Asville Bryan, on the start of waste collection through Teleislas News, the Attorney General Office throughout its Twitter account reported that, and I open quotation marks.
Given the increase of the clandestine sites for disposal of special waste around the island, the Attorney General Office required the governor of this department to take forceful actions to provide a solution to this problem. Based on this request, the Departmental Secretariat of Public Services and Environment started the collection on the island. The Attorney General Office insists on the need for an action plan to avoid the accumulation of waste in places during the 2022.
As explained by the entity based on the request, the Secretariat of Public Services and Environment of the archipelago began the collection waste on the island with a schedule that will continue throughout the month of February. White line waste will be able collected throughout the year. It is noteworthy that the Attorney General Office insisted on the need for an action plan to avoid the accumulation of waste in clandestine places, since the increase of special waste disposal around the island of San Andres is very noticeable. Hence the importance that the government gives a solution to this problem. During several broadcasts, we have shown the concern of the community for the accumulation of waste in different sectors, which causes visual and environmental pollution. It should be recalled that on Tuesday, the collection of this white line, led by the head of the Secretary of Public Services and Environment official, began, managing to clear critical points such as the neighborhoods of Cliff and Cocal.
The Colombian Institute of Family Welfare calls for families to form foster homes in San Andres and Old Providence.
Throughout a press release, the Colombian Institute of Family Welfare invites families in San Andres and Old Providence to apply to be part of the foster care program, through which the rights of children and adolescents are under protection and guaranteed. The ICBF provided an economic recognition for the role of the foster family for the monthly support of the children and adolescents in their care. It also accompanies the process of transition to the new home, monitors and supervises the selected homes. Families interested in protective services can approach the regional campus of the Institute in San Andres Island with a professional in charge of the Family Care Substitute Program.
And the administration stresses the importance for fishermen on the island to be registered in the database of the governor's office and renew their fishing license.
About 90 people have attended the characterization days developed by the Secretariat of Agriculture and Fisheries on the island in order not only to renew and deliver carnets to fishermen, but also in turn to obtain a complete record of the people who exercise this activity.
We can give a satisfactory report of the journey that we started this week since Tuesday, and we have registered approximately 90 persons who have attended in a participatory manner to the workshops and have managed to register.
According to Ramos, the people who have approached have registered whether they are associated to different cooperatives or are independent.
We make an open invitation to them to come to where we are located so that they can register for the certification of their card, which will be valid for approximately 5 years. The benefit that this workshop can give them is to obtain their card, and they will also be registered in the new program that is being developed, the RGP SAI, where basically they will enter a statistic in which we will be able to find all the data and they will be able to have their card.
This session that the registration also applies to people who want to get their license for the first time and who have been in the practice for several years.
The Minister of Culture opened a new program beginning the 7th of February. Let's see what it's all about.
The Program in Management and Formulation of Cultural Projects is an initiative of the Ministry of Culture and the EAN University. It offers 800 slots for cultural managers and creators, public servants of the sector, responsible for houses of culture, artistic training processes, public libraries, museums, municipal archives, among others. Territorial cultural advisors also. Registration will be open until February 7th of this year at 11:59 p.m. And other interests may register online at www.mincultura.gov.co.
Es con hechos que apoyamos el fortalecimiento.
It is with concrete actions that we are supporting the formation of skills and the transformative power of art and culture from the territories. So I am happy to tell you that registration is now open for the second graduate course in Management and Formulation of Cultural Projects 2022 in partnership with the EAN University.
The first module will focus on the cultural context, policies, and sources of financing for the cultural sector. The second module will deal with the identification, logical framework, and validation of project ideas, and the last one will focus on the adjust general methodology, royalties, and methodology of the National Program of Agreement.
And now we continue with sport news with Victor Fusalva.
Hello, here are the best sports of the islands. The Football League is working on the massification in the different sectors or districts of the islands. The focus for the Departmental Soccer League for this year is the grassroots soccer, which will work with the guidelines and requirements of FIFA through the grassroots programs. With these programs, the league intends to seek the massification of soccer in the insular department with the objective of creating better soccer players for the future. We spoke with the league's Vice President Marcos Bent, who told us more details.
The Departmental League got one target this 3 first month of the year, named Massification. The idea is use the rules where the FIFA give away through a program named Grassroots. We're going to work with the league with between 6 and 12 years in a different neighborhood from the island. We're going to start in a Los Bike, New Guinea, Bat Road, and this month we're going to start in a Cliff. It's very important because we want with this process 2 things. One, make we get better players, and of course, make we get better citizens. We know they take care of the player them. We want to build one better citizen, and of course, we have started with the smallest one.
To promote the practice of soccer in the different sectors of the archipelago is important for the healthy integration of the young people of the department. And the star of basketball is sharing his time and knowledge with the youth of his community. The island outstanding basketball player is not only a star in his sport, but also has the gift of a coach. Michael likes to teach. Michael dedicates his free time to teaching basketball and values to the youth of his community, with the goal that these young people become outstanding athletes, professionals, and good people. We spoke with Jackson, who told us more about it.
giving back a little bit of what they did for me, which is a little bit of time. It don't take and it don't cost to give back to your community and to your island a little bit of what they help you with. And I think that dedication is time, and the kids them nowadays, or whenever you take, they need time to learn, dedication, you have patience with them, and really and truly is that I'm trying to do with them, because it's not like we already know to play, so you can take us and tell us, hey, go out there and do that. The kids, you gotta show them, explain them, and make them know what is what, because they are starting. The key of everything is respect, and with respect you walk through anything, and I think that the communication and the respect that I have with these kids is very important, whether in the court, off the court, or in the community. I think they respect me.
Jackson sends his message to the youth.
I just want to challenge them to hold on to their dream, because putting time and effort and work towards a dream, they're gonna be, and I think we have a lot of talent to come. So long as they put their work into it, they gotta get ahead in it. So that's the only thing I can tell them, like help them, challenge them, and also let them challenge their dream, because they're gonna come through with it.
Young people are the future of the island. It is important that young people are trained as professionals with many values, as says Jackson. And this will be all in sports for the moment. I am Victor Fusalba, Teleislas News.
Thank you, Victor, and this is all for now, but we see you tonight at 8 p.m. with more Teleislas News. Good afternoon.